afternoon. Welcome to Greensboro, North Carolina, home of Carolina Aircraft. I'm George Johnson, the Bonanza Man, and today we're here to look at a beautiful two-owner 1982 model Bonanza A36, November 1861 Mike. Let's take a look. 1861 Mike is a special 50th anniversary edition. You'll notice the gold medallions on the cowling and the gold medallions inside the airplane. November 1861 Mike only has 550 hours on a Continental IO 520 285 horsepower engine. And you'll notice that the baffle system and the cowling is in really nice condition. November 1861 Mike has only had two owners since new, and it's always been based right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. In 1982, when this airplane was new, the company I worked for sold it to the original owner, and he sold it to the current owner, still here in Greensboro. The paint is in very nice condition. There are a few places on the wing leading edges that need to be touched up and that sort of thing, but I would rate this paint about a 6.5 on a scale of 1 to 10. The airplane was repainted in 1993. One of the things that Bonanza buyers like best about the A36 are the large cargo doors and the reversible club seating. Let's take a look. The overall condition of the interior in 1861 Mike is very good. I think these seats have been redone because they're in such good condition. The carpet's in very nice condition. So is the sidewalls. The sidewall is probably original. The headliner is sagging down a bit, so the headliner probably needs to be replaced, and we may have that done as part of the sale. And of course the cabin table's in great shape. It's overall a very nice interior. The A36 has a very roomy interior. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I've got plenty of headroom. I've got plenty of leg room and plenty of elbow room. And with this armrest, it's almost like sitting in an easy chair in my living room. November 1861 Mike has a very nice instrument panel. You'll notice it has wood grain because this is a 50th anniversary edition, and that was one of the features of the 50th anniversary airplane. The airplane has not been upgraded to the newer style Garmin equipment, but it has very nice avionics. Now let's take a look at the instrument panel starting on the pilot side. To start with, we have your instrument air gauge, and then this is a true airspeed indicator. It reads true airspeed by setting the altitude opposite the temperature. And this is your artificial horizon, and you will notice that it has a flight director that comes up. And then we have your encoding altimeter. On the next row, this is your ADF indicator, and this has ADF sync, so it's slaved. And then your 2-minute turn coordinator. And then you have a King KCS55A slaved HSI, and this houses your number 1 nav and your number 1 GPS. Then you have a vertical speed indicator. Below this is your King KFC200 autopilot flight director slaved HSI system, and you'll notice that it has yaw damp. And then we have your number 2 nav indicator, and you'll notice this also has a glide slope, so the airplane has dual glide slopes. And then we have a WX10A storm scope. In the center of the panel we have your engine gauges, your manifold pressure, your fuel flow, and your RPMs. You'll notice the total time on the airplane is 4112.86. Then you have your fuel indicator, and then your cylinder head temp, your ammeter, your oil temp, and your oil pressure, and your right hand fuel gauge. Here's a King KN63 DME, and this has NAV1 and NAV2 switching and DME hold. And then we have an EGT gauge. Now let's take a look at your avionics stack. At the top we have your King KMA24 audio panel with your 3-light marker beacons. And then we have dual KY196 comms, and these are digital flip-flop comms. And then we have a King KNS81 nav RNAV system for your number 1 nav. Below this is a Garmin 155XL GPS. And then we have your number 2 nav, which is a King KN53. And below this we have a King KR87ADF, and this has dual frequency displays and dual timers. You'll notice that we've had the switch on 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Below this is your transponder. This is a King KT76A transponder. Now let's take a look at the pilot's control wheel. We have a mic button or push to talk button in the front, and then an autopilot disconnect button, and then your go around button for the autopilot. The airplane has electric pitch trim, and this is your electric trim switch. In the center of the panel we have a digital clock, and this doubles as a timer to time approaches. On the right hand side we have a control wheel steering button which syncs your attitude with your flight director. And then we have a map light. This puts a light in the pilot's lap, a light in the outside air temperature gauge, and the light in the compass. If you want a great buy in a 2-owner 1982 model Bonanza A36, you need to visit Carolina Aircraft in Greensboro, North Carolina, and see November 1861 Mike. This airplane's been here in Greensboro since new. It's had excellent maintenance, it has no damage history, and it has very nice equipment. The airplane has a KFC 200 autopilot flight director slaved HSI system. It has a Garmin 155XL GPS. It has a WX-10A storm scope and a lot of other great equipment. Visit Carolina Aircraft in Greensboro, North Carolina to see November 1861 Mike, or give us a call at 336-665-0300. And be sure to visit CarolinaAircraft.com to see this gorgeous Bonanza and all of our other Bonanzas and Barons. Have a great day!